All right. Good afternoon, sports fans. How we all doing? It's Brian here, and I've got Alexa with me.
Hi, guys.
Let's just see who's all here. Hey, Tracy. All right. As people kind of filter in, really today is just kind of an overview of all the stuff that has gone on with PhotoDay since uh, Q4
Last
last
fall,
year.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty
There's been a
much.
lot going on, so figured we'd give a little recap along with some new things and some new things to come on this episode of What's New with Photo Day. Also, I know you guys were expecting Lisa here, but she was summoned into the office, so me and Brian were summoned here to the webinar for you guys.
It's a bait and switch. They all
Yeah.
thought you're getting Lisa, but you're stuck with us. So
Sorry.
all right.
Hi, everyone. That's just
Hey.
joining us.
I think we've got everybody from bright sunshine to snow in the group so far. So I see some people from Wyoming in here. So, all righty. Well, I guess.
Ooh, glad to hear, Eric, about new knockout service. We'll go into that too.
Yep. All right. I guess we just go ahead and dive in. We've got some people here. So
let's go, guys.
All right. Let's just hit it.
All right, so we're just going to start with a recap of some of the newer things that we have launched recently. These are some features that launched in Q4, so the end of 2022, but you may have missed them, so we're just going to go over. There's a lot that's happened. One thing that we did was we did add a new export preset for the SPOA Universal Export. This is kind of, so School Photographers of America have, in an attempt to standardized service item exports, has launched a new export template for that. So we went ahead and added that to your PhotoDay export option. So as that gains traction, we already have that available for you guys if needed, and we can provide more info on that if needed. Another thing that we changed was previously with private galleries, the subject ID field was required. And I know in some instances that could cause issues if you had maybe students who didn't know their ID on site, or if you had staff IDs. So that field is no longer required. And you can also sort and filter subject data using the column headers in your subject data page in the studio panel. So that's super helpful if you need to look for sort by grade or by people that have a blank field too. You can sort ascending or descending for each field, and you can also choose to filter by blank fields, so you can see if anyone's missing information that you may need to gather. And a new SMS have been added for jobs with bulk shipping. So this was not automatic before. You would have previously had to request a custom text, but now when you have bulk shipping enabled on a job with that deadline date, that's automatically going to be included in all SMS notifications to your customers. So they'll get the standard gallery reminders, but it will include that deadline date of the bulk order, and send them a text the day of the last day to order to be included on the bulk deadline as well. So that is all automatic. And okay, file size restrictions. So in order to prevent some issues that were occurring, the files, in addition to being compressed to under 15 megabytes for upload, there is an 8,000 pixel side length requirement, but that's still plenty for large prints as well. So it shouldn't be any issues there, but it's important to note. Yeah. Brian, did you have?
Considering that a 16 by 20 is the 6,400 pixels on the long edge, 8,000 pixels is more than enough to print anything that most labs have. So
yeah, absolutely.
On pixel dimensions.
Okay, on the subject data page, as I was mentioning previously, with the ability to filter with the different data headers, you can also combine filters with multiple columns too. So if you need to filter down the list for maybe grade and teacher, or just whatever multiple fields you may have in your subject data, you can use those at the same time to filter that list to see whatever it is you may need to see within your subject data there. Another cool thing as far as uploading is when you upload duplicate file names, you can choose to retain any info the pictures in the gallery. Like if you had previously manually matched pictures or disabled digital downloads or any changes that you make to images within the dashboard, when you replace files with the exact file name, those attributes will now be retained. Well, you can choose to retain them or choose to start fresh too if you need to. So you have the option there. You also, just with duplicates in general, you can replace duplicates with the new file or skip them completely. So if you're uploading a batch and you don't need the duplicates to be replaced, you can just skip them to keep your upload going faster. Or if you made changes to images and they have the same file name, you can choose to replace them. So there's a couple more options there now. And yeah, we also updated AdvancePay details to show transaction history, balance, expiration, etc. So you can see all those info or all that info under the AdvancePay orders now.
That retaining attributes is really pretty awesome. So that
yeah, no, I know that was a big one that people were needing, because if you uploaded and spent the time to make changes in the dashboard and then realized the files needed a change, you would have to start all over. So now if that happens, that is
definitely
no
a time saver for me. So
yeah,
I'm usually fixing and correcting things, because we all know that rosters are only good as the person entering the data. So
oh yeah, it's always going to come up at least here and there. So
well, here we are with a recap of January and February. As always, we are constantly improving and updating and adding features here at PhotoDay. So, first 2 months of February of the year have been pretty big. So, new advances or new updates to AdvancePay credits. First off, is they now expire in 14 months. What that means is at the end of that 14 months, any remaining credit that's available on that AdvancePay credit gets deposited to your account. Now they also, with that, get a 75-day reminder. They'll get a text message at 75 days, 30 days, 14 days, 7 days, and day of expiration. So they get plenty of notice before that expires. Anyway, so that leftover credit will go right to your account. So cropping preset profiles have been added to the exports. So users you can usually select your crop ratio and type, loose, light, or tight. Let's see, and then you can pick your resolution as well. This will help ensure the centering and consistency from job to job for those exports. So students can now request custom SMS from within the studio panel. We'll show you where and how to do that here in a minute. But requests will be reviewed and approved by customer service. You can find that in the promos area under custom. So we'll show you how to get there. Subject overview, file names are now displayed in the feature photo section selection window. So that'll be helpful as well. And then we also have required minimum price for digital download has been reduced. Yay for all you action shooters out there that have been trying to do digital packages, that are, a quantity of 10. You don't want to charge them $50. Now they can be as low as $20 for a 10 pack. So that helps out quite a bit. And then students can now choose to receive your Net Promoter Scores notifications by email. You can receive them daily or weekly. You can turn those, they're off by default, but you can go to your account settings and go to notification settings and turn on weekly or monthly, daily or weekly reminders. So anyway, we all love our NPS scores, right? So, all right. Taxes, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, we have touched on this for sure, but just to clarify the changes that were made at the start of this year regarding taxes, PhotoDay is now legally registered as a marketplace facilitator. This is a mandatory update to remain in compliance with marketplace facilitator tax laws and all that. So what that means is, since PhotoDay is a marketplace facilitator, that makes all of you who sell through us marketplace sellers. So what that means is there is an option for you to clarify that when filing your taxes and things, but you are no longer responsible for the collection or remittance of any sales tax on the orders that are sold through PhotoDay. So that is all handled by us, and that is remitted under PhotoDay. It's not remitted on behalf of your individual studio, because, like I said, because of the changes to us becoming a marketplace facilitator, we are the responsible party for all things involved there. The end customer is directly transactional with PhotoDay, and so that is why these changes have been in place.
Yeah, and it all stems from the Wayfair versus South Dakota ruling about that particular situation. So,
yeah, this applies to sellers who sell through
yeah,
other marketplaces like Amazon, Etsy, all that.
yep, and we are one of them now. So
yeah, so you don't need to remit your sales tax every month or anything like that anymore. We do provide the reports of what has been collected, but it is no longer the studio's responsibility.
Yeah, Sean, that's correct. You don't have to include that in your taxed balance for sales tax calculation. I'm going to tell you to talk to your CPA or your accountant about that and make sure you're filing correctly, but you will get a notification. You get a 1099-K form at the end of the year through Stripe and through us. So,
yeah, anyway, for your income taxes.
Yep. I am not a tax professional, nor did I sleep at Holiday Inn Express last night, so don't ask me about taxes. I'm just glad that this is taken care of for me. So.
Yeah, so one less thing to worry about.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so, on for the new stuff.
Woo! Okay, so updated customer receipts. This has to do with when customers purchase a themed or graphic image. When you go into their order receipt, this little preview here used to just show the standard picture for that product. Will now show the theme that they have selected for that product, and it also shows the photos that they've selected for that as well. But you can also see in the preview there the actual template that they selected for that product. If you need to know, maybe you're placing a reprint order or something like that, that makes that a lot easier. And the customer sees this as well, so it helps prevent confusion from the customer side so that they actually know what they purchased when they see the receipt, since they do have that live preview in the gallery, but we don't want them to be confused when they get the receipt and then there's maybe a different picture there that wasn't the template that they chose, thinking that it may be wrong. So now this is a little more clarified for them and for you as well. In addition to that, we have also added the AdvancePay credit reference number to order receipts as well. So if there's ever any question, before it used to just show the amount of credit that was applied to an order. Now you can see the AdvancePay credit reference number right on that order invoice, so you know exactly which credit they applied to this order, and that way it's clear if they have any outstanding or remaining credits, and you can see exactly which ones were redeemed onto which order. That helps clean things up. All right, and then this is kind of what we touched on too, some more sorting and filtering functions within the dashboard of private gallery jobs. You can select multiple filters up here from each of your data points. Everything else will be sorted alphabetically within the other sorts that you choose, and you can select multiple filters here.
Okay. Watermark files, hot topic. All right, so updated restrictions for watermarks. Actually, this is just a restriction on file size, pixel dimensions. So we're trying to keep this under 2 megabytes. We don't want to be adding a huge amount of data to your image files. So to make things run smoothly, we're putting this size cap on it. Honestly, if you're putting a 5,000 pixel image on there, you're pushing over 2 megabytes already anyway. So keeping these short and a little bit smaller is good. So here we go. Here comes the next
because that watermark has to load onto every single picture in your gallery. So we don't want customers stuck loading just because of that, when it just doesn't need to be that size. So just...
And of course, AI watermark prevention. So AI watermarkers are trained to remove watermarks. Now, the one that I've been trying to test and play with makes you select the watermark on the picture. So I guess the more the more places you have to paint, the more irritating it is for the parent. But AI models recognize and remove watermarks automatically. So it's just all too common for those that don't want to buy images to do it. So here's some tips. Use blur. So when you create your repeating pattern or your basic watermark, just blur the edges. Give it a little Gaussian blur in Photoshop, and then it'll save out a lot softer. Watermark is just really to kind of prevent things from being removed and seen easily. So creating that uneven repetition is also a great way to get rid of it. So kind of don't just put it in an easy line to be removed. Spot them around, rotate them, give them some color, give them some series of color, give them gradients, make it difficult for the AI to tell the difference between your watermark and the image. One I played with the other day pretty much screwed up the face of the kid because it went over their face and it was a little transparent, but then there were some stripes and stuff in it, some gradients, and it just completely wiped out the kid's face. So, which is fine with me. I mean, if you're going to try to take it out, then, I don't care that the image is destroyed, but that's fighting and combating that. We're working on some ways. So, basically, that's what we just said here is the way AI will not find neither a repetition nor a sharp contrast between the edges, and it'll make it a lot more difficult to remove. So those are just some tips for you guys to build your watermarks, right now. So.
Okay, so changes with bulk shipping, which is available through PhotoDay with Miller's Lab and private galleries. But now you can view a lot more details about these bulk shipments than you were able to in the past. You can, all orders that were included on a bulk shipment will link to the full bulk order details. Within those bulk order details, you can see the list of every single order that was included on that bulk shipment, as well as sales information for each bulk shipment. So include a lot of details on the order volume. If it's a bulk or drop price sheet, you can see what percentage of orders were included on the bulk versus how many chose to do drop shipping. You can see the percentage of sales that were on the bulk order compared to the sales of the job and things like that. And yeah, like I said, individual orders will now link to the bulk. So when you're searching up an order, it's a lot easier now. Like if a customer comes to you, you search up that order, you can see what bulk shipment it was on. You can see when it was delivered, where it was delivered to, and all that information, so you know exactly where that order was supposed to end up. And just so everyone's aware, when you use bulk shipping with Miller's Lab, you get a deal on lab costs. It's only $1 per unit, 50 cents for a half unit. So definitely take a look if that's something you're interested in. Definitely a good option. And bulk shipping is free to your customers and free to you as long as you hit a $15 lab minimum.
Well, all right. So we're going to talk about post-processing services and some of the new stuff that we've updated here. So we now have a new and improved updated knockout service. So you no longer are stuck to just green screen. You can use any background, white, gray, black. Obviously, don't make it impossible for the system to extract by taking a picture of your kid on a chain link fence with a bush behind him. Just give it a clear, easy way to do it.
It's done pretty good with some naturals that I've tested.
It has. It's done some pretty good deals. It's removed things off of backgrounds that have like telephone poles and telephone wires and stuff in the background. It's still got rid of all of it, but don't make it difficult. So do them on a plain background as best you can. So anyway, so knockouts greatly improved. Personally, I think they're fantastic. They've really, this system is fantastic. So here's some examples, a little before and after. They're hard to see on a webinar, but look at this girl's red hair. I mean, her red hair is absolutely a nightmare to get rid of, and this is off of a black background. So especially off green, red hair is miserable, but these are really clean. And even off this dark background, it got this girl's hair really well. So really good system. I think we've got something very, very competitive for you here. And then, of course, I think the prices dropped too. So we'll talk about that on the next slide. But also, we've added color correction services. So you can add color correction to each of your images. So here we go. Little example. Some before and afters. We got a little dark here going on. It's been color corrected and brightened. Pinks are brighter here. Red hair standing out. I guess we should shift us over to the side, but that's okay. So these are great. So I think this is a great add-on service for you as a studio, and may take some post-processing off of your plate. Now, the credits have been reduced in price for knockouts from 35 cents down to 10 cents each. However, knockouts cost 2 credits per photo, with color corrected option being priced at 1 credit. So if you want to do a knockout with that, it's going to be 3 credits. So anyway, that's...
Yeah, and you can run those in the same job. So you don't have to run
them in
them
the same
through.
Job. Thank you.
Knockouts,
yes.
And then color correction, you can add those to once. And then for 30 cents an image, just get that all done at once and then move straight to your gallery. Yeah.
Yeah, straight to the gallery, or you can download them right to your computer and make composites or do whatever you need to with them. I call our knockout service with the gallery's background feature like the easy button for schools. I mean, just get it extracted, throw it in the gallery, have your backgrounds ready, and just hit publish as soon as you're done. I mean, and these are fast. This is not 2 or 3 days waiting time. This is in some cases as little as an hour or even less.
It's a couple minutes sometimes, depending on how many, or for a couple pictures. Yeah.
Yeah. So. I mean, it depends on how many you're uploading. If you're doing, 800 to 1,000, who knows how long it would take, because I haven't done that much through here, but I know the ones that I ran through took about 15 minutes tops. And it was about 600 photos. So nice. Anyway, all right, moving on. All right, Alexa, Galleries 4.0. It's right. Here, or almost here.
Almost here. Yeah, so we have Galleries 4.0, the new and improved version of our customer cart is coming soon. So here's a little preview for everyone for now. It is going into beta launch this month, so we're going to continue to collect user and customer feedback from the current iteration, continue to make adjustments and improvements as needed, and it should be available for everyone soon. So just stay tuned on this. If you have any questions, you can let us know. But super exciting.
But that's all you're getting out of us.
Yeah. This is all for right now, but stay tuned. It's going to be great.
Yep.
All right, and another important update that has recently launched is publish times are now going to be restricted to 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. So when you publish a gallery, that automatically launches those SMS text notifications to all of your opt-ins. So in order to stay in compliance with TCPA guidelines, we have implemented this to only publish galleries within that time frame. That's going to be based on the time zone of your studio. So again, that's going to be 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. If you're going to publish after 9 p.m., you'll have the option to just schedule it to publish the next morning at a time that you set. So it's really, it's important to, no more 3 a.m. texts, exactly. So this is kind of put in there as a safe, because you really don't want to be, even if you accidentally publish, you don't mean to, and then you're sending a bunch of texts to your customers in the middle of the night is not great for anyone. So
it's a surefire way to become very, very unpopular. So
yeah, so this is pretty important. So it's a good thing to keep in mind anyway, but yeah, so if you are after that time, you don't have to wait and then go in and publish the next morning. Just set it to schedule the next day or the next afternoon, and everything will go out.
Yeah, and that honestly, it's not just compliance, but it's also good business practice. You're
exactly
reaching customers at 9 o'clock at night, so best times to publish are midday, afternoon, early morning, those kind of things. So. All right. Well, stay up to date.
Yeah, just like I said, we have had a lot of new things coming. We're going to continue to launch new things. We run a 3-week release schedule at PhotoDay, so we're very often pushing improvements, new features, changes, bug fixes, all of that. You can stay up to date on everything that changes, so you are aware. Join our Facebook group, PhotoDay users group, if you have not. We post lots of things there. Also a good place to collaborate, ask questions, see other people's work, all of that. Be sure to bookmark our version updates page. That will have full details of every update and everything that's included that may affect you, or things you may not have known about. So definitely make sure you guys are all in the loop. Laura Peterson, sorry, your question is 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. in the time zone of your account. So when you set up in your account settings, you have a time zone. You can set your time zone, so it'll be in whatever time zone your account is set in.
What I was going to say is we did warn you guys, this is going to be a huge year for improvements and things. And we got a lot of stuff in the pipeline, and I'm excited to see some of this stuff actually come out, especially Galleries 4.0. Can't tell you anything else about it, but it's looking really cool. So anyway.
Did we want the videos?
Oh, I guess we did forget the videos, didn't we? Completely blew past the videos. We had this whole thing on videos. So here's kind of we'll just go through and do
let's play them for everyone.
Yeah, here's a video for I believe this is the knockout service. So basically you're going to create a job name, select a service.
The service,
go ahead and choose what you want to add to that service, whether it's knockout or color correction or both. You don't have to run them twice. You don't have to run them separately.
And this is in the services tab of the job that you create. So it's within.
Perfect. And they're uploading one by one.
Yeah, but this is real time, so it's just
we didn't speed this up. So.
Yeah.
And that's it. And now when you're done, go up and hit the review button and check out your extractions or your corrections. And
that's reviewing and then submitting.
Yep.
Yeah, you can do multiple post-processing jobs within the same job. So you can run a batch, go and run another, and then move those, download those as needed.
And I think that's about it.
Yep. Yeah, so this is the color correction. So not knockouts, but you can see those have all been adjusted. It just took a couple minutes there.
All right, we'll play the next one.
And this is
this one is
knockouts. Yeah.
I got them backwards because the last one we had knockouts first, so. And they're not labeled. Yeah, so really you're just uploading your images and throwing them in here, and then it's the same process for the other post-processing. You'll go through and look at them, and then you'll review them, and then you'll submit the job for post-processing, and then you get your stuff back. You can load them or download them or whatever. So.
Yeah, much easier, much quicker.
Check the chat and see if there's anybody asking questions. Looks like Rainer added a couple things. Yes, your book selection choice is still coming.
Yes, it is coming.
We hear you. We do listen. Obviously. Yep. So once you're done, you go through and you review your uploads. Make sure that everything's uploaded the way that you want it. And then we go through and hit done. And you'll just go ahead and hit submit for processing. And
boom.
Away it goes. I did see that we have a restriction on pixel size for 6,400 pixels on the long edge. That's pretty much a standard industry-wide for processing. So, in
addition to that, it is 6,400 on the long side. That is the requirement for post-processing. It's also 27 million pixels total in the resolution. So even if it's below 6,400, it may still be above the 27 million. So that's multiplying the pixel width times the pixel height. So if you're getting an error there, double check that. In the article, we do have recommended pixel sizes for common aspect ratios. So just take a look at that. That should give you exactly what you need to know to resize them to the largest you can while still being under those restrictions there.
All right. Well, that was the video on how those work. So other than that, we can go back to our slideshow, which is pretty much over. So,
well, if anyone else has any other questions right now, we can go through those. Okay, Neil, custom SMS such as best price series. How or where do I find how to use this? So best price series, well, first of all, for requesting the custom promos, you're going to go to the store tab of your account, then to promos and custom. That's where you can request them. You'll see the list of different series that are available to you. And then you can select a series, select the date and the jobs you want to include on that promo. If you're asking more of like, when is the best time to implement a best price series, this is really good if you want to create a sense of urgency within your gallery, but you don't want to expire it. So using a best price series, this includes, so when you use a best price series, you're letting people know that they have until a certain time to order at the best prices or order before prices increase. So if you have this set up on a job, it'll let them know, hey, you have 1 week left to order at the best prices. And then today is the last day to order on the lowest prices. And then at that point, you would change your price sheet, either increase your existing price sheet or switch to one that already is marked up. So that is how you use that.
Looks like Sean Walker's got a question about once they are done, we download them and then re-upload them to the gallery, or is there a way to cross-transfer? So once the extractions or the post-processing is done, you can have those moved directly into your gallery if you're just doing, if you're going to do straight in, from edits to there, or if you need to, you can download them so that you can create your composites. If you're using exports, then you upload your composites. But you get to either download them or move them. There's a
when you get the notification that the post-processing job is complete and you go in there and open that, there's going to be two buttons in the top right corner. One's going to say move to gallery, one's going to say prepare download. So you can hit move to gallery just to put them straight over there. If you had any Lightroom keywords or folders when you uploaded, those will still be retained to use as tags in a group or public gallery once you move them to the gallery. So if you're used to using that, you're not going to lose that ability. So if you upload in a folder structure or with Lightroom keywords to the post-processing job, when you move them to the gallery, that info is still going to be tied to those images. Yeah, so if you're doing backgrounds and you're not doing any other work on those extractions, just hit move to gallery. Those are going to automatically just already be in there, ready to publish pretty much at that point.
I like that. That's the easy button. I mean, just move them and you're done. Let's see. So Eric Richard says, can you provide resources or some examples of watermarks to confuse AI programs? We posted in the user group recently about a method to go about it. Really, it's basically what we talked about here, which is softening the edges, adding color, and then making it a non-repeatable pattern. So make it of different sizes and different rotations around. Any kind of movement other than a straight line of repeating text makes it difficult for them to find out. But I can post some examples later on. I can find some that have been working around the web. So,
Sean, when you say multi-select during tagging, do you mean tags like specifically in a group or public gallery, or in a private gallery when you're matching subjects to an image? Because I did see your first question, but I wasn't sure. But you can upload a group photo.
So by the way, yes,
adding
are available. So
adding multiple tags to one image at one time. Okay.
Yes, Eric. Yes, you can download them as well.
Yeah, I think if you can add multiple images to one tag at one time. I don't think you can select multiple tags and put them on an image, but can definitely pass that as feedback too, to be able to do that. I think if you upload them with Lightroom keywords and you have multiple keywords, that will add all of those tags to the image automatically on import. So you may want to look into that as an option, so you're not having to do it within the dashboard too.
All right. Well, I think other than a couple of Sean's gotten more feature requests for that.
Yeah,
we can put that in the feedback. Happy to do
absolutely.
that. Other than that. Okay. Well, there we are. So as always with PhotoDay, we are actually a true partner with your business. We are really heavily invested in your success. And by that matter, you only have to pay when you sell. So honestly, there's really nothing holding you back from trying out. For those of you that are new and haven't signed up, or maybe you're just kind of on the fence, there's no detriment to going ahead and just starting a gallery and go through and put a small job through. There's no fee. So we only take 10% transaction fee on the subtotal. That's before shipping and tax. And then, of course, you always have your 2.9% credit card processing through Stripe. That's pretty standard throughout everywhere. But you have no lab bill. We pay everything for you out of the value of each order. So it goes directly to the lab, and you don't have to worry about holding back money to pay the lab at the end of the month. What you get for all of that is, for only 10%, is pretty actually incredible. Text marketing, email marketing, Capture app. The Capture app by itself is a feature that I would pay money for, but
absolutely,
digital downloads, unlimited storage. We don't charge you for storage, folks. I got jobs here from 2019, and they're still here. If I wanted to sell those images again, I could just hit, republish the job.
We've been getting a lot of questions. They're like, how many jobs can I have? How many pictures can I upload? There might be a
Indefinite.
limit, but we haven't found it. So
we have no limit currently. So,
yeah.
We've got marketing resources. And of course, you've got the PhotoDay Academy where you can find all of these webinars and more, going all the way back to early days. So all kinds of stuff available. So we are your sales partner in your business. So anyway.
Yeah. And well, I guess we already did the Q&A. But yeah, if you guys have any questions at all or want to follow up, as always, you can reach us in the support chat bubble that, if you don't know, it is that little button in the bottom right corner of your studio panel. I live there. Brian lives there. Lots of our other great team members live there. So we're happy to help with literally anything that you might need. So
one of the best features of that little bubble is the fact that you can pick up a conversation where you left off. So check your messages. If you want to just pick up with, say you talk to Alexa and you don't want to reiterate your issue to somebody else or take time to do that, you can just literally just jump right back in there and say, hey, Alexa, I got this. And it'll go right to her. So that's a great feature of being able to just jump right back in with somebody. So anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Hope everybody has a fantastic rest of the week and a wonderful weekend. Everybody stay dry, stay warm, stay hydrated, wherever you're at, do whatever. So anyway,
thank you guys so much.
Thanks, everybody. All right, bye.